Hello everybody, this is Cougar with World of Me, and I'm here with another episode from the Amazon review series. Of course, you know that the Amazon review series is about the products from Amazon here on World of Me. Got another package in today, another product, and actually came in basically just like this, and it was just in a plastic bag. They had sent it, looked like it was one of the ones that came from China. Now, if you don't already know what this is Paracord. Now, according to the description on the site, this is supposed to be the 750 Paracord. There's also a 550 model as well as some others. 550 is generally the most common. I have kind of taken a look at this here, and I haven't really checked it out thoroughly, but I just kind of looked at it when I pulled it out of the package. And I am not sure if this is fully a 750 Paracord or not. Did decide that what I want to do is go ahead and take a little look. So what we're going to try is to go ahead and cut a section right here. Now, so you understand, the Paracord, of course, a little bit of history kind of thing. It actually is based off of the cordage that was used for the old parachutes back in the World War days and everything. And it's basically a multi-stranded cord. You can see there's this white on the inside, and then there's the black on the outside. Of course, I believe there was various colors that you can choose from. I went ahead and got the black because that's the one that's most common for me to use. Now, the white inside here are multiple strands of cordage, basically, and then you have this woven, basically outer casing that kind of holds it all together. And let's see what we can do here, if we can kind of get this to pull out. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we've got a section here, and if I remember correctly, and now I may be off, but I'm pretty sure I remember this accurately. In 550 Paracord, there are 7 strands on the inside. Now, of course, those strands are of a certain diameter or a certain size. So there are some variations in that. I have heard of 5-stranded 550 Paracord, as well as I have heard of 7-stranded 750 Paracord. 750 Paracord is generally 11 strands, if I remember correctly. This one here, we have it opened out, so we've got one. It's sealed here at the top, so I'd have to kind of be breaking these apart. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 strands. Now, if we went by the standard kind of notation or whatever for Paracord, this would, then you would assume this to be a 550 Paracord. Now, the only thing is that if you take a look at how thick these strands are, these are actually the thicker strands. There are, like I said, there are ones that are rated for the same, but they have a different strand count. The ones that have the lower number strand count generally stand for, or are because they use a thicker strand initially. Now, these ones, if you can see here, as they unravel, they want to kind of unravel into 3 separate strands themselves. So I'm not sure how well you're seeing all that, but there we go. So we've got 3 strands that make up one single strand. So and sitting here feeling it, I know what 550 feels like, and I know, so I deal with it a lot, and this does have more beef to it. Now, I mean, obviously it's not twice as thick as 550, because that would be rated for higher than 750. I'm not going to say that it's a 1000, but, or more, but I am going to say that it would be rated probably higher than a 750 if it was fully doubled in thickness and girth and everything. So looks like the strands here are pretty accurate. They're pretty thick. Now, something like this Paracord here can be used in a lot of different fashions. It's very, very commonly used by preppers and survivalists and camping people and or campers and military personnel and people kind of in that realm of things that do things outdoors and kind of, I don't know, think on their feet and may need cordage or whatever for whatever reason. It's got numerous uses. Obviously, you can separate it out. The outside casing has its own strength and tensile capabilities as well as each strand. If you, for example, if you were to take the threading out and use just a small section of the strands, you can take and actually put this in like a needle and use it for sewing to stitch up maybe some clothing or something like that. You can also use it for fishing line or even taking the sections apart and making and tying a fishing net. So, it can be used for those kinds of things. You could take and make various things. You can use it to secure shelter, as well as you could even take and make a, what would it be called? A hammock. You could even take it and make a hammock out of this by, tying it off into certain ways and everything and giving yourself some place to sleep up off the ground. And then you can use it in kind of standard everyday practice, have a roll of this in the back of your car and then use it to tie things down to the roof of your truck or into the bed of your truck or anything like that, to tie something down to the roof of your car, whatever. And lots of different things. Of course, it's just like any cordage, it's used to generally tie things down with, but it does have some various other capabilities. I mean, you can even take and shred out a lot of the stranding in here and fuzz it all up and everything like that. Pack it into a compressed area and use it as a filter if you needed to filter water or something like that. Of course, these are not going to get rid of bacteria, but it will get rid of sedimentation or anything like that. So, boil it and then you can filter it maybe through the strands and you have fairly clean water that doesn't have all the grit from any of the sediment that you might have picked up when you collected it. I did get this one even more specifically. It was a good deal that I got on the site. $5.50 generally runs, if I remember correctly, for 100 feet of $5.50. If you get a good deal, it's right around $8, $9, somewhere in that range. Then when you go up to the $7.50, it goes up closer to like a $14 range. So this was right around, I think, a $10 range, I think, when I purchased it at the time. But I'm not 100% certain on that. It might have been a little bit more because it does come with this carrying handle. So I do have 100 feet of it wound up on here. And, as I take and use this, I can always take some of my other cordage and take and wrap it on here. This is a very convenient way to carry it. It's easy to throw in like a go bag or anything like that, a simple backpack. And you don't have to worry about tying it off so much or anything because it does have one of these has the cinch down teeth so that you can, of course, just snap it in there and it holds it in place so it's not flopping all over the place. But, basically that's really all there is to it. It's pretty straightforward. Of course, if you guys want to check this out on the Amazon site, there will be a link to that down below. And along with that information in the description, there's also our social media information, which is, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And you can check those out. They'll let you know when new stuff has kind of come out. It may let you know what new possibilities there are. There are, of course, questions that we pose on there, asking you guys what you think about certain things, and maybe if you'd like to respond and let us know what you might like to see, you can leave those messages and questions and comments there, as well as you can leave those down in the comment section below. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and get going here. So, there's not, like I said, there's not a whole lot more for this. It's pretty straightforward and everything. If you want to look up any of the types of things that you can do with Paracord, Pretty simple. Just go on to your favorite web browser and type in Paracord projects or something like that, and you can find those things out. Anyhow, I am Cougar with World of Me, and this has been another episode from the Amazon Review Series. I would hope that you guys would give me a thumbs up for this if you liked it and would like to see more like this, as well as hit that subscribe button down there. And, it lets me know that you like this content and that you'd like to see more of it. And it also, of course, helps me and the channel out a whole lot. So, well, I'd like to wish you all a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye.